welcome back to the Jacked Up Bear Minecraft Let's Play series. If you're new to the channel, if you're a new subscriber from the recent Arma videos, you should just know I do daily Minecraft content. I am going to play a lot more Arma. I'm going to play some Battlefield, some Call of Duty, things like that. I'm even going to try some new games. I have some Stalker and some Skyrim gameplay up on the channel if you guys want to check that out as well. But also, my wife has a YouTube channel, Jacked Up Wife. If you guys want to follow her, check that out. But yeah, so basically on the Minecraft series, we've been building stuff for 50 episodes. So we built some stuff up there, we built some stuff over here, and we're working on a big quarry here for our stone. A few projects I worked on. I already have Netherite armor if you're new. I mean, 50 episodes in, you'd hope so. We have big plans for this world. We're going to upload one video a day for the year, about 30 minutes to 40 minutes of Minecraft every day. We're going to play Arma continuously. We're going to keep trying different servers. We're going to find a community that really works for us and try to make some good... I want to make some short films based on Arma. I think that'd be a really cool project to help drive engagement to the channel. Just a different form of content that I can offer. But also, you know, just stuff in general. If you're a new subscriber and this is your first video outside of the Arma video, where I don't really talk about an Arma video. I let everybody else do the talking, but... yeah, I would do quite a bit of talking about life, philosophy of life, that kind of thing. I am an educated person. I don't reveal too many details about my personal life here. I don't think it's appropriate. But if you're interested in joining me and listening to my stories and telling a story with me eventually, the plan with this Minecraft world is to someday get it to the point where I can open it up to either A, the community, or B, like just my friends and family, and see how that goes. But that would be really, really cool to have a server someday based on this world, like a backup world save of it. I would really enjoy that. So, and just thinking that way, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take along for the journey. I hope that I'm entertaining. I'm gonna do some fairly boring things in the Minecraft world because it's more of my daily. Because it's my daily upload, it's gonna be more chill, more relaxing, of me just talking to you guys. So you can learn more about me as a content creator, but also as an individual. I've had some successes in a few different places, so I might give you some advice on certain things some days. I've had some failures, and that also gives me the ability to give you some advice on certain things. So if you're watching and you ever hear me talking about something, I'm just like an advice guy. You can ask me anything, and I'll give you my own opinion about it. Just think about it. Yep, I'm from the United States. I did broadcast to quite a few of you with the promotion on the Arma video in different countries. I do want to grow my content for an international audience. I think that it's an awesome thing that we as humans can share information to each other so rapidly. Oh, there you go. There's Jacked Up Dog. Jacked Up Dog is a recurring character on this channel too. You'll hear her quite a bit. We'll never tell you her real name just for the safety of my family and things like that, but yeah, it's a good time. But anyways, yeah, so the international audience, I think it's an amazing thing that we can share information so quickly these days and to tell each other stories and to share our cultural perspectives, because, you know, lots of people I don't think realize that when you're just talking, generally how you talk and how you interact with things and your thoughts and feelings about everything really show your cultural biases, which I think is a good thing. I think it's important to understand culture more than anything else in the world, about people at least about society, because culture is the number one thing. It's that nature versus nurture debate. You could be born terrible to nature. You could, you know, whatever, nature could punish you that way. But if you're not taken care of the right way, and if you're not molded, your mind not molded into a certain way, then you're not belonging to that culture, I guess I would say. Which, you know, I'm not a anthropologist, I'm not a historian, I'm not a whatever the word would be for the people who determine those things. I'm just a guy. I do have a full-time profession, but we don't need to talk about that. And yeah, so take that as you will, whatever I say. I went to college. I'm not an idiot. You don't need college to not be an idiot either, though. I know plenty of people who are very successful without college. Yeah, we're just gonna take these like this right now because we'll use the fortune pick on them later, or we'll just turn them. Can we craft these into coal once they're blocks like this? That'd be cool. Okay. Okay. Rocking quite a bit. We should take down this part, eh? So yeah, this episode we've been just gathering stone. We've been doing a couple chore episodes. It's been last 3 or 4 episodes have just been chores and me talking. We're trying to prep. I got villagers on the spawn island over this way for the new people, obviously. For my returning viewers, shout out to you guys. I appreciate your patience. I'm trying to introduce some people to the series, to the channel. You guys are my real A1 day ones, so you know who you are. Shout out to you. But yeah, so we got villagers over there. We're trying to get more materials to, one, trade with them, but also to produce more quality builds. I'm working on a lighthouse currently, which is beyond Spyline Island this way. The lighthouse is going to have a very large wheat farm around it to give it kind of a golden glow at the bottom and just to add some life to the world. The lore is that we came as sort of explorers and we were tasked with building a basically a society for people to live in. Or not a society, but you know, providing the infrastructure for a group of individuals to move in and to colonize this area. There's already villages around, quite a few actually, and if you go through the older videos in the series you'll notice that I visited quite a few and I built a long railway. You can't really see it, it's in the water this way. I built a railway that's like so many thousands of blocks. It takes forever to get over there. But that was the first villages I found because I just wasn't exploring in the right way. And then I ended up finding villages that are like a couple hundred blocks this way. So, or probably 1,000 blocks that way. I should rephrase that because a couple hundred blocks that way is the Lord's Manor, which is one of my larger construction projects. There's a barn there, a couple gardens, a tower, something called the Queen's Rest, which is a sort of Star Wars themed build. Stuff like that, man. I love... It's like another thing about me. I love Star Wars. Eventually you'll see me play some Star Wars games. I might get some Star Wars Battlefront footage. I like playing that online. I haven't in a long time, but that'd be cool. Maybe some Heroes and Villains stuff. Used to be pretty good at that. You'll see me play the Jedi games eventually when the new one comes out. I've beaten the previous ones. I was big on like Halo as a kid, so I like shooter games like that. That was like one of my first experiences with a shooter was Halo, and never been like a RuneScape guy. Big on Skyrim, big on Fallout. Bethesda was a big part of my childhood. Been kind of disappointed with them lately, but you know, that's life. Not everything can stay the same. Well, yeah, I do play Call of Duty usually. I'm kind of disappointed with. This Call of Duty started out so strong, it felt really good, it felt fresh, and then I don't know what they do with their matchmaking, I don't know what the heck goes on. You get like 2 or 3 fun games, and then you just get absolutely drugged through the mud for 5 to 10 games if you're going to play that long even. I don't usually last that long. Probably get to like 3, after about 4 or 5 games is when I've had enough Call of Duty, so... You know, depending on the game mode, I get about an hour of gameplay before I'm just sick of it, and it's really disappointing. I've really enjoyed Call of Duty most of my life, but that's one of those things. It's like the Crackdown 3 that came out. I was so pumped. I loved Crackdown back in the day. Just a cool game, cool stuff. You're a superhuman cop who could jump over buildings and throw cars. I mean, it was a sandbox. It was just fun. And then Crackdown 3 comes out, and they promise all these things and they don't deliver on a lot of it, and then it's just a rinse and repeat with like very little new anything. It felt like same old crap, nothing fresh, nothing exciting. Yeah, but I'm hoping. I feel confident in a lot of new game developers. I've been playing some Manor Lords, really enjoying that. I enjoy those kind of games, those city builders, simulator kind of type. And that's a small dev team, I think. So shout out to them, guys. Manor Lords, check it out. It's on Game Pass. If you're a Xbox or a Game Pass user, PC user, check that out. I've been playing a lot of Frostpunk 2. I just beat the story mode, tried out an endless mode. The story was really good. I really enjoyed it. I wish it was longer. I wish there was like a few more challenges added on, a couple more chapters. Turn that 10-hour story into like, 16 to 20 or whatever. That would have been really awesome, but I'll just wait for number 3 because I imagine they'll make another one. It's a really cool game. Really great mechanics that if you're really developed, you could make an incredible series for a long time. I do enjoy Civilization. I do enjoy strategy games in general, like Stellaris. I used to play a lot on my Xbox, which sounds crazy, I know, like why would you play that kind of game on a console, but at the time it's really all I had available and really all I knew. If you're new to the channel and you're still watching, you should understand that the games I'm playing and whatever I can do, I can play whatever I want. We don't have any limitations based on the PC. I made an investment for myself and for my family, and in hopes that it would lead to the ability to have more tools to develop our own businesses and things like that, and to create media and content for YouTube, for advertising, for anything. I do have some plans for some different businesses. I just don't, it takes a lot of work, and I think to build the customer base for the kind of things I want to do, I'm going to need a little bit more experience as is doing different things. So yeah, I'm a man with a plan. Like, that's something you're gonna learn about me. I'm always a man with a plan. I'm a man of conviction too. I believe in things. Like, if I want to do something, I believe in it. And I've talked about it in previous episodes, but just to give you an idea of my convictions and what I believe in and how I stand by them, I'm not gonna be talking about religion or anything like that, but a long time ago, I learned about cryptocurrencies and bitcoins and things like that. And I was a big advocate of Bitcoin for a really long time. I still am. And I felt like I'm a crazy person because, everybody around me that was really close to me didn't like really understand. They didn't believe it. That, they thought it was fake or it was a scam. And I said, no, this is the future. Like, there's lots of stuff happening in today's world with governments and how they can basically do whatever they want to you, and you're subject to them, and kind of worries me. And because of that, I that's one of the main reasons I'm a big believer in something like Bitcoin. But also for the fact that I saw a problem with how money moved around the world, and in my experience, we shouldn't be limited in that way again by government control of currency and things like that. If we want to be truly free and truly autonomous as a race of people, then we need to make those decisions ourselves and not delegate that authority to a select few individuals. I try not to get too political on here, but obviously our lives are political and you can't avoid those things, so I will try to avoid it as much as possible. If you watch some of my other Arma videos, and if you're new here, you're still watching, there's a video actually where we're on the EU service and we are talking a little bit of politics, but I cut most of it. But just to see the reaction of some of the gamers who, clearly, I don't know what they do for work in their real lives, all that stuff. Some people are probably really involved in these things, and then, they're using video games as their escape from all that crap, and it just shows. There's a moment there in the beginning of the episode where one of our friends is saying, man, can we not do that today? Like, I have to escape that world. And yeah, so crazy world we're living in, but that's one of the reasons I believe in those kind of things, and the reason I have my convictions is because I usually turn out right. I remember at the end of college, I had some friends I was really trying to introduce Bitcoin to, and they basically just told me I was crazy and that I was trying to scam, and I don't know. It felt bad. It felt really bad at the time, but you get past that. Because if you believe in something and people doubt you, you can't let that get to you. You gotta just keep believing. Maybe not to the point where it's unhealthy, but if you have the evidence, if you have all the proof you need and all the data points and the facts, I mean, why not? And I've been justified in my convictions over the past few years, to the point where, you know, I I have people that out of the blue that I haven't talked to in years reach out and ask me about Bitcoin, ask me my opinion, you know, what platforms they can use to invest, things like that. Just simple questions, but it's just interesting to see the change in heart in the past few years, and it's that subtle reminder to me that I have to believe in myself, and I think everybody needs that. You have to believe in yourself. You have to be so convinced of everything that you're doing. You have to. Otherwise, you're just doing it, and you just should figure something else out. So you're not just wasting your time and energy. I mean, it's, you know, it's one of those things. Just saying, believe in yourself, and good things come of it. And I know I'm not going to tell you too much details about my life, but I am proof of that. That if you really believe in what you're saying, and if you're going to walk that walk, talk that talk, you got to do it. That's what I believe in. So yeah, if you come to this channel to watch Minecraft, you're going to get a little bit of motivation on the side. This is the kind of person I am. Can't help it. If it's annoying to you, probably not the channel for you. I'm a pretty chill guy most of the time, but I think a lot, and I think that because I think a lot, it's something that I have to share, because a lot of times I'm not sure if everybody's thinking very much, and it's a little bit scary to me. So try to share that, try to just encourage people to be themselves and to be autonomous away from everything else, to not fall for it all. Don't go to the trends. Don't believe something because, you know, that's all you know. But yes, I'm convinced that we are going to grow this channel. I'm convinced that someday we're going to have an audience of at least many tens of thousands of you, and I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited with everybody that's here now. I'm like super appreciative of you guys. Heck yeah. We're just playing Minecraft and talking, and I hope that, you know, if you're coming here for the Minecraft and you enjoy what I'm doing, I hope it's inspiring you to get out there and make your own builds and to let your creative juices flow. Being creative is so important for your health and well-being. So, you know, and if you're not playing Minecraft, maybe you stumbled upon this video, maybe you're just watching Minecraft because you like it, but you don't got the time to get into it, that kind of stuff. You know, take a leap. Just try it out. Play it for 30 minutes a day. That's what I try to do. There's some stuff that you got to do, take a little bit longer time to really finesse and make look good and do well, but you just put in a little bit of time each day, you could get really far and make really good progress and really enjoy yourself. Another thing is too is like, if you're gonna play Minecraft, people always feel like if they don't get the perfect world right away, they restart and restart and restart and make new worlds all the time. Just stick with one. That's like a big thing I hear from every Minecrafter that's out there with a big old world. Just stop starting new worlds. Just remain convinced. Remain convicted. Be a man of conviction and be a woman of conviction. Be anything you want of conviction. I'm sorry, I don't mean to put y'all in a box. But and just so everybody's clear, this is a channel that supports every kind of person. And I know, I'm not gonna go out of my way to specifically support certain individual groups of people, but we believe in life and liberty here and the right to choose. And as long as you're not hurting other people, we don't give a shit what you're doing. But I'm kind of on that don't tread on me vibe, but more in the sense of my personal freedoms. And I believe that those personal freedoms belong to everybody. We're getting really political on this episode, holy. I apologize, guys. It's not what I want to do here. I don't want to make that this channel. It's supposed to be having just fun, just good high energy talks. I'm just kidding. It's part of all of our lives, so sometimes it's just can't help it. We have so many. These are all the resources that have come out of this place so far, and this stone chest has been full twice now, and I've emptied it and turned it into stone bricks for our buildings up there, which we'll show you in a later episode if you're new. But yeah, this is the quarry we've been digging in. We're probably going to keep digging in it for our stone. It's just the perfect little spot right next to our base. Lots of gravel, lots of other resources here, sand, plenty. So we'll never need sand for glass ever again, that kind of stuff. I got a chest here with the resources I've been finding. There's a lot of resources right on the surface right away, and we took all those out with the fortune pick. So there was quite a bit of good resources from here, but we didn't, that's way later episodes. And if you're interested in watching more of the series, go start at the first one. The first 6 episodes are age restricted. I wasn't sure what was appropriate for children to be viewing on here, and I don't, just based on what I've been talking about so far, I don't think it is necessarily appropriate for children. It's not really meant for children. My main audience is 25 to 34-year-old men. At first, we had a lot of 35-year-old plus men that were watching, and that was my main demographic. So shout out to them guys. But that's an ongoing joke we have here on the channel. But yeah, so I age restricted a few of them. You won't be able to watch them unless you have a YouTube account where you're signed in and the age is already registered as over 18. It will not let you change any of that. Yeah, so just so you know, check out the whole series if you're interested. The sound is really bad in the start. I apologize. In the first probably 5 episodes, you can barely hear me, and then from 5 to 10 it's still sucky, but it's a little better, and then after 10 it gets gradually better until 20s. And then 20s we kind of find a standard. I figured out in the DaVinci, I used DaVinci to edit, and I figured out that you can just normalize the audio level to the YouTube standard of the voice and the gameplay. So that's really nice. That's a good tool. Maybe someday I'll do, once I learn. I'm like a self-learner, obviously. So maybe one day when I learn a bunch more about editing software or DaVinci itself, I'll make some tutorials of things that I do on there. So if you're interested in that stuff, leave me a comment. If you made it this far in the video, if you're part of my, if you're part of the non-English, if your English is not your main language, your first language, your mother tongue, and you're using this video to try and learn, I have noticed that I do have an audience that maybe is not English speaking by birth, by their parents teaching them. Just be aware that I'm from a specific part of an English-speaking country where, we have accents and we use different jargon or words that are not common or not popular. So just be aware of that. I've seen a lot of videos about people trying to using YouTube as a platform to learn different languages and to listen to people talk and have those conversations. And it's good because the subtitles on YouTube can create those things for you so that you can read it in your own language and hear it in another. So that's a beautiful thing. And if you are using that, I do encourage you to continue. But I might not be the best resource for you. And I do mumble. I'm a mumbler. It's like a genetic trait. Every once in a while I'll talk and I'll just sound like this, and then you don't even hear me making vibrations basically, and you're not sure what I'm saying. But anyways, try to talk clear and loud for the recordings, just so I feel like you guys are getting best experience. I don't know if you can see my FPS on the top right. I don't know if that's like an overlay thing that only I can see. But I'm getting 180 FPS. I was talking about my computer a little bit ago. I'm rocking a 4080 Super, an NVIDIA RTX NVIDIA Super, 4080 Super. Sorry. So I try to buy one of the best of the best at the time. There was a 4090 available, but it's just so much more money. I just didn't want to do that. And I looking at the benchmark results, the 4090 is like such a step above, and I get why you would pay that price for it. But for the stuff I'm trying to do, it just seemed a bit unnecessary. I don't need to play Cyberpunk at 4K. I don't need to do that, so I'm not going to do that. My monitor is only 1440, I think, which I don't think that's 4K. I think that's like the 2K or whatever. I don't know. It's a little bit confusing. I think it's 1440, 2080 by 1440. I can't remember because this is 1920 by 1080. You're watching it right now, which is just the 1080p HD, whatever. But that's pretty standard. I'm getting a constant 180 frames. I locked it at 180 frames. I don't think you can see more than like 120. So and maybe that's just something I've heard on the internet and I've just believed for a long time. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But yeah, so I don't think it needs to be any more. I'm not gonna make it more. if there's somebody out, because I had a comment on one of my shorts clips of Call of Duty, and like, one, your computer's trash. Two, you need to get OBS, and I just kind of laughed because I was like, what did I do wrong? Like, if it is actually looking really bad for him, or what's wrong with his, what's he viewing on? Because I'm not rocking a cheap computer, and I am using OBS, so I just thought that was funny. I just, because of because of my financial status in life, I just don't. This computer was expensive. Obviously, it's expensive for anybody when you make a big purchase of like this price. But for me, it wasn't like, oh shit, break the bank. And when I was telling people what I got, they're like, holy shit, dude, you bought like a really nice computer. And I was like, yeah, heck yeah. And then I had some people tell me that I future-proofed myself basically, and because I don't know a lot about computers. I always had laptops, but yeah, it's just interesting to hear from a bunch of people, and then just to hear their specs, and people who have been PC gamers for a long time who play lots of new games. Like figured you needed the best of the best parts to run, which is just not necessarily true in PC gaming. I think that's part of what holds people back from getting into it. It's more popular than ever, though, for sure, with all the streamers and the new wave of kids who are like getting into it. You gotta have a computer if you want to be a streamer. You can't do it on. You can do it on console, but it's just different. It's not the same. So pretty cool. We're gonna just keep smacking this stone. We are in the quarry today. This is a quarry episode. Quarries and philosophies. The philosophy of stone is what we'll call this one. Like a Stone. Who sings that song? I can't remember. Audioslave? It's a good song. Don't want to sing it though, I'm not getting copyrighted. I got copyrighted for some royalty-free music we use. I was like, how does that even work? So it hasn't done and it's still the same music I'm using in all my intro and outro. It's so weird. It hasn't done to any videos besides one, and I was like, okay, we literally used this music because it told us it was royalty free and we could use it on any platform. Weird. It's been raining a lot in this world. Every episode for the past few episodes, I swear. Why does it do that? Very cool. I'm really excited that we're getting all this stone. It's just gonna look cool over time. I'm gonna slowly dig it into a big old hole. But yeah. Okay. How much time we got on the recording? You always gotta check the recording. Oh, we only got a little bit left, so why don't I just take you guys on a quick tour? If you're brand new and you made it this far, you're obviously interested, so let's just take you around for a sec. This is a pyramid I built very early on in the series. It's taking a long time to turn colors. These are the farms I just recently put up to sustain our supply of trading items to the villagers. I have the original. This is the original spawn building that we built. It didn't really look like this at first. It was kind of simple. It was just this part. Then we built this extension, and then we built that extension. Then we built the rest of the stuff. So there's lots of stuff here. There's big tree farm, vegetables, the cows. We got some little mini gardens over there and a pumpkin patch you'll see probably in later episodes. You got your enchanting area. We got our aquarium with our fish in it. Where are my fish today? I think I guess all my fish jumped out of the water. I had 3 tropical fish in there that I bought from the trader. That sucks. I'll have to figure that out. we're gonna play this Minecraft world forever. So, anyways, this is like the garage area where we would do some repairing. We got some different tools in here, things that I've been enchanting. There's our netherite, stuff like that. So, a couple different things. Little mini farm for different resources here. Tree farm, obviously. This is our villager area. I have a railway system out here I was talking about earlier that goes to the villages, and this basically brings them in here, and then it's got the one that kicks them off the cart, and then there's a bunch of beds in there, and then they auto, as soon as they get here, they run to the beds. And I signed a few jobs. I got this lame one. He doesn't do anything. When they got a green sleeves like that, when they look like normal villagers, but they got that green on them, that guy, they won't do anything. They're just like bums. They won't take jobs. They have a really low chance to have babies. So I mean, you can give them food and try, but the rate's a lot lower. So if you're gonna build a villager farm, make sure you get just 2 straight plain brown normies like this guy. Yeah. So yeah, in there I got a villager with mending. I got my farmer who I sell all my vegetables to. That's what you see in the chest there. I put it all in here. Mob spawner with some water coming down so I can get up and down pretty easy. I don't have an elytra yet. That's where the lighthouse is gonna go with the big farm around it. We just built 1 layer so far, the base layer, and it's a big project that we're gonna work on over time. I am just a little bit worried about the height of the build and how that's gonna affect our speed. And you see all these chickens. So I have a chicken farm on the island. I built this little bridge many episodes ago to transport animals from this area, because that's where all the animals are spawning, right over there. We're on an island here. So I built this bridge to get them across. I got all the animals in the farm over there you saw. And then when I started getting so many eggs, you get so many eggs, it's unreal. Sometimes I'll just pick up a bunch and throw them, and what you're seeing, like that guy, that is the result. So you get a bunch of chickens. Oh, yeah. What else can we show you? That's a crashed ship or a sunken pirate ship that we spawned right next to, because the spawn is right there. And yeah, here's our little dock area next to the tree farm and the regular farm. Our nether tree crimson, I can't remember what it's called. This is our little nether biome that we made. There's still some blocks I gotta fill in, but I just thought, this is a cool little area that I designed to just sort of pretend like it was coming into the overworld. But we also did that with our nether portal, which I'll show you in a second. More farming stuff, my pumpkin patch. This is what I call the Lover's Grove. This is the first dedication I made to my wife, to Jacked Up Wife. It's just a little area kind of dedicated to her that's beautiful like her. So, yep. What else? What else is there? There's some mines underground and stuff, and there's obviously the big buildings up there, which we'll show you in another episode. But let's see what time we have, actually. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it up there, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little intro. If you're new to the channel, if you're not new to the channel, I am sorry this episode and the last couple have been so boring for you guys. We are getting into another phase of building. We are going to prepare to build some mega structures and start some really cool projects moving forward. And some of them have been on the board, so you guys are already aware of some of what those are going to be. But some of them I'm going to keep secret for a while. I'm trying to plan something for the 100th episode special. So just be aware of that. Be ready for that. I appreciate all the support and all the recent subscribers. It's huge. Thank you guys. I hope you can enjoy this Minecraft content, because I know a lot of you came from an armor video. We're going to be making more armor videos. If you made it this far in the Minecraft video, please leave a comment. Tell me, something about yourself or something about what games you like, things you'd like to see on the channel. If you think that I'm an entertaining content creator, I'm trying to grow, trying to eventually do this. Maybe not full-time, but as part of my array of things that I do to generate income for me and my family. So looking forward to telling more stories with you guys. Looking forward to creating a story with you guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it here at the Jacked Up Bear channel. And I'm Bear. We'll see you next time.